People hear the word safe and they immediately exhale. And that reaction makes sense, because outside the backrooms, that word usually means you're out of danger. It means whatever could hurt you is gone, or at least controlled. But in the backrooms, safe isn't reassurance, it's a limitation. It's the documentation drawing a very narrow boundary around what the environment is doing. When a level is classified as safe, the only thing that's being ruled out is immediate hostility. The space itself isn't actively attacking you, and there isn't a confirmed, consistent presence of hostile entities. That's the entire claim. Nothing about that label says the level can support you. Nothing says it's meant to be stayed in. Nothing says there's a way forward. Those ideas usually come from how people feel about the word, not from what's actually written. This is where a lot of misunderstandings start. People treat safety like a gradient that leads toward survival, when it's really just removing one category of threat from the equation. If a level can sustain someone long-term, the documentation tends to be clear about that. When that information isn't present, it isn't a hint, it's an absence. You're not supposed to fill it in with optimism. The backrooms are very specific about what they promise, and just as specific about what they don't. Level 0 is a good example of why this distinction matters. It's labeled safe, the environment is stable, there are no confirmed hostile entities tied to it, and yet nothing about Level 0 guarantees escape. There's no statement that movement leads anywhere useful, and no assurance that staying there won't simply wear you down over time. That doesn't make the classification misleading. It means people are expecting it to do more work than it was designed to do. Safety in the backrooms isn't about outcomes, it's about conditions. Once you understand that, a lot of things fall into place. A level doesn't need to hurt you to end you, it just needs to remove urgency. When nothing is chasing you, time becomes the pressure instead. You keep moving, you keep waiting, and eventually the problem stops being danger and starts being endurance. That's a failure mode the classification never claims to protect you from. This is also why safe levels can still feel oppressive. Even when nothing is technically wrong, a space can be calm and still strip away your sense of progress. You can move through it without ever getting confirmation that anything is changing. The label doesn't contradict that experience, it allows it. A lot of videos accidentally blur this line by treating safety as if it implies comfort or forgiveness. But the wiki is usually careful not to do that. It separates hostility from survivability, even if that separation isn't obvious at first glance. Some levels are safe and navigable. Some are safe and capable of supporting people for long periods of time. Those traits aren't bundled together by default, they're stated when they apply. If exits aren't documented, you're not meant to assume they're nearby. If resources aren't mentioned, that silence matters. And if long-term habitation isn't explicitly supported, safety alone doesn't change that. That isn't pessimism. It's just reading the description without adding anything to it. The backrooms don't need to rush you, and they don't need to escalate. They can let you misinterpret where you are and let that misunderstanding do the work for them. That's why the word safe is so easy to misread here. It sounds comforting, but it's only answering one question. It tells you what isn't trying to kill you. It says nothing about whether the place can keep you alive. So when you see a level marked safe, the question isn't whether you can relax. And if you don't notice that gap, you can end up waiting in a place that was never meant to support you. Not because it's dangerous, but because it never said it would take care of you in the first place.